Okay, welcome back. Linus Okorie is joining me right now. He's the founder at GOTNI Leadership Centre. We're looking at leadership and economy. Yeah, I think that's it. Welcome, Linus, and good to have you on the program.
It's always good to be here.
Let's get started because I think we have a lot to talk about. And I always approach leadership interviews around who is a leader, and I want you to answer it like in 2 minutes. and let me give you the question. Let me shoot quickly. Who is a leader? Who is a great leader? And yes, who is a leader? Who is a great leader? I think I should allow you to because yes. So explain.
So let me start plainly with my Dr. Miles Monroe's definition of the concept of leadership itself. It says leadership is the ability to drive, motivate a group of people towards a particular direction via inspiration, not intimidation or manipulation. So a leader is someone who has the capacity to influence, motivate a group of people towards a particular direction via inspiration, not intimidation or manipulation. So someone who has the ability to mobilize a group of people towards actualizing a particular goal, a particular objective, a particular task, but he does that as a result of his personal attributes because he has the capacity to care for other people. He loves other people. The leader loves other people. He inspires other people as a result of the caring attitude, right? Leaders eat last. So it's not about him. He's selfless. So once he begins to do those selfless things, he's visionary, right? And he's thinking about, let's get this big thing done for the benefit of other people. Once people notice that type of person, what happens? The people begin to do what? They are inspired by that person and they follow that person. Whether it is running a small business or running a company or running a state or running a local government, it's the same thing. Or even if it means running your family, it's the same principles that apply. And if you have, that type of level of sacrifice in place where people, always think about other people than themselves. If as a foundation of leadership, every country that has made progress in the world, every institution that has made progress, there's always a starting point where people stretch and go out of their way to help people become much more. So the leader multiplies people. He doesn't diminish people. A leader, comes into an environment where people feel, left out. People feel they are not involved. He takes them in. He begins to share with them a big vision of the future, and he helps them become much more than they are. That's leadership.
So does it suffice to say now that with this your answer?
Yes.
Because I asked you who is a leader and who is a great leader.
Yes.
So who should be a great leader You've answered it with this.
Yes, so once I talk about leadership, if I mention a leader is it should be a great leader. It should be a great leader in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's either you are a leader
or you're not.
Or you're not. There's no middle ground.
Have we had leaders in Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, over time, you've had...
have we had leaders with your own definition?
Yeah, we've had a few, drop in here and there, across this country. If you remember, in the days of, Michael Okorie, you remember Michael Okorie, you remember, people like, Awolowo in that sense. If you remember, even in the north, the Sadwana. Do you understand what I'm talking about? At their little level, where they all thought about their own specific regions, right? People led for the sake of their people. So even right now, when there's so much talk about tribalism, in that sense, even now, I can assure you right now that across this country, you hardly find one person that you say falls into that category of the leader who is concerned for his people. Because if that would have been the case, what you would have seen is that people will go to their local communities They will steal from the center and go to their local communities and develop good roads for their people. They will develop, their infrastructure.
Steal from the center?
They will steal from the center. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. People will take from the center and then they'll go to their local systems and then they will develop everywhere. So development will come from bottom up. That's if people really acted in the context of the sake of other people. Do you get what I mean?
Yes,
so in that sense, tribalism is just something that is utilized, for political advantage.
And not the kind of tribalism we're seeing now.
No, absolutely. What you're seeing now literally is self-centered.
So we should have economic tribalism.
So what we should be talking about right now is we want, leadership that will see Nigeria, as a great place where people can emerge. Economy, you can look at the whole country and see where that you can have what to call, the cooperative advantage, where you have some, things that can happen positively, you drive it and make it happen. It doesn't matter, which part of the country that is. Do you get what I mean? Somebody who will look at Nigeria and think beyond self and think Nigeria as a context in terms of growth, in terms of how do we grow this country. Every Nigerian should rise to a point of leadership knowledge where it's not about me, it's about the growth of others. Even when you're running a business, all the people who are running businesses thrive when leaders of those businesses know that those businesses can become more if they can help their people in the business become more. If they can help their capacities become more, if they can help them think better, if they can help them, actually gain knowledge, more knowledge, if they can help them become more knowledgeable about something. So if they can even serve their interests, you know what happens? Then the people are inspired, they are motivated, and then they bring their best in making sure that they drive that business and make it work.
365 days to the presidential election, according to INEC timetable. The last one, I don't know, I guess they will get out a new timetable if the president assents to the electoral bill or whatever. I'll leave that to my political colleagues to handle, but to have at least I have an idea of what's happening everywhere. Should have, because of the kind of show that I run. 365 days to this presidential election, and we've seen now the coloration of different people that have come out to say, I am aspiring, I want to be president. I don't know, you've not entered the ring yet. Oh, I should also enter the ring because, So, from the coloration of people that you're saying, do we have any hope for a leader come 2023?
Oh, yes. I mean, for me, I have put on my leadership lenses. The metrics that I use in identifying, those leadership competencies that Nigerians should be looking out for. In my own personal leadership, I've seen a few of them. They might not be as popular right now as a lot of others, but I have seen some people who, their experiences in the past, because when you were talking about, voting for a leader, you want to find out, where he's coming from. If he's run a business before, what was the type of business he ran? How did he run it? Is he a visionary person? Nigerians should be looking for visionary. Somebody with a big sense for vision who can say this country can have great possibilities.
How
and
do
paint
we
a picture.
measure it?
You can measure it. It's measurable.
Yes, I know we can. And it's not about, I know a lot of the aspirants or even the candidates we'll be seeing moving forward will come to us with promises. I'm going to do this. The economy has not been growing. There are no jobs. We saw President Buhari did that 2015. And take a look at where we are now. We can do better than where we are now. The question is about, I don't want to see promises. I don't want to hear promises. You are rehashing the problems again to us. Concrete plans. So how can Nigerians measure? What is the metrics that Nigerians will have and say, check, 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 that will also make us ask the right questions?
So the interesting thing is that Nigerians, we know who is who in this country. Nigerians know, and people didn't just come from the mass. They have antecedents, right? So when you are looking at the antecedent of these leaders, these people have thrown up themselves. You want to say, in the past, have they built anything meaningful? Have they been able to build something that impacted society beyond themselves? Have they been able to succeed in their personal lives and say they are men and women of honor? Do they have integrity? Do they have people that have honor and respect? Do they have a fear of God? These are critical things. We know people in this country. We know people that have been able to, in fact, do they even connect with other people? Are they people who love justice, who have a sense of justice? Are they people who are interested in the growth of others? Are they people who have the capacity to think big and deliver big things? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Are they people who love Nigerians, despite of where they come from? Do you understand what I'm talking about? So we must begin to look at it. Are they people who have sacrificed in the past to add value to other people? Are they people who are interested in getting people out of poverty in that sense? What have they done before? So you cannot, if you don't understand the antecedent of people, right? You won't be able to know where they are going to. So, but we need to begin to remove the kind of considerations that we have always had in this country in choosing our political leaders. Number one is that, does he have money? Does he have plenty money? So if we begin to remove that and say, having money is not what we should focus on right now. After all, President Obama, when he ran for president of America, didn't have money. But people saw him as a community mobilizer, a community person who has antecedent. And then people mobilized around him. So the political parties that are going to be throwing up candidates now should look at people who are, first of all, people who have great sense of vision, people who are honorable, that if they throw them up in the political space right now, Nigerians can look at it and say, oh, wow, that man is a man of honor. Oh, that man is a man of his word. He says his word, he keeps it. We know these people in this country, right? This man has been able to build something successful in the past and see where he has taken his business to. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So in that context, he mustn't necessarily be a politician, but he might have capacity to work with people. A leader has the capacity. In fact, the founder of Hilton Hotel, Conrad Hilton, he said he can pay anything, to hire somebody who has the ability to work with human beings. If you have somebody who understands how to pick the right teams, you know what I mean? And he chooses them based on merit. Does he have in the past, has he been able to build successful teams and they have built successful organizations in the past? Even if it's a non-profit organization, even if it's a business that he has built, such an individual is still a general principle that he can apply to salvaging a country. So does he understand the economy, for instance? Does he understand what economy is? If he doesn't understand, because right now in this country, you need a type of leader who has understanding of the economy. He must understand it. He's not going to give it to another person. He must sit. In fact, the box must stop on his desk. Yeah. So you need somebody like that. You need somebody who can say, you know what, there's a race for progress. I want to take this country to other countries who have made progress in the world, right? And this is what I want to do, and you can verify, the frankness of that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I guess
so I am looking for somebody with a great vision and commitment and passion for service. Those are the people I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the person who has got plenty money. We have missed it in this country for a long time because we focus on the money rather than the vision.
Where does age come into all of this? And is it about your age? Do you need to be of a certain age to be a good leader? For example, yesterday, I don't know if you saw it, it trended. Mama Noye, a 102-year-old woman in Nigeria, he says she's coming out for president.
Yes.
Yes. So for Mama of 102 to come out, that she wants to be president, those of us that are younger should. Because Mama has also seen the good Nigeria, or great Nigeria, as they said those days. Yes. And seeing it now, I can do better than everybody else.
The truth of the matter is that it's not going to be by age. That's the truth.
Okay.
It's not going to be by age. But
is there an age threshold?
No, I'm not going to give any age threshold. It depends on the personality and the temperament, of people. There are people who are actually 70 years of age, but they have a mind of a 60, of a 50-year-old, and they have a body fitness of, even younger people in that sense. But if they come in a package based on they have experience they are bringing to the table, and they're able to select, quality young men, and women with the right type of vision and drive and energy and the right type of values that are critical for leadership, if you put all of that together, you can drive economies. Economies can make progress with that, right? But if such a person comes younger with those types of values we're talking about and vision we're talking about, still is awesome. But we must not shut out people on the basis of the fact that of age in that sense. So that is what leadership is all about. In fact, let me tell you what leadership is all about. The ability to sit and you understand what is going on, and you bring the right persons and mentor them. That's what Singapore used to do many years ago. I mean, Lee Kuan Yew did that a whole lot. He sits down, it's like a mentor. It's like a mentor. He brings all of the powerful people because he has experience, you understand the economy and everything, and then he's pointing to them, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way, and then the thing is all coming together and building a system that is very solid. So what I want us to sort out is the issue of we need somebody who has got plenty of money. No, that's not what we need. We need somebody who has got plenty vision, plenty passion for selfless service. We need somebody who is already crying in his heart to the poverty of the people, the sufferings of the people. And he's seeing himself as a rescue person, as somebody who wants to come and do something meaningful for the country, for the sake of the country, not for himself, not for his pocket. Look, people are looking for legacy. Look, anybody who is coming to any political office in 2023 for the sake of taking money from the system, right now, don't even think about it. Get out of that space. We want people who are thinking about how do I serve? What kind of solution do I bring that can help the people of this country come out of poverty? For me, that's the type of focus we should have.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a leader, just as you said, and seeing how that leader will steer the wheels of our economy.
Absolutely.
That will get out of where we are.
And a leader that will take those young people, that will see young people as not liabilities, and see young people as assets, and begin to invest in them in all the critical area of investment to be able to get them to come into the marketplace with a lot of values, converting values into product and services that, then there'll be economic activities that will help, jumpstart a lot of things in this country.
We still have a lot to discuss, even as we, approach 2023.
Absolutely.
And we are seeing the ripples everywhere, all the politicians. But like Linus said, we are looking with our lenses, even me too.
My leadership metrics.
All right, thank you very much for coming on the show today. I've been speaking with Linus Okorie, who is the founder of GOTNI Leadership Centre. We've been talking about our leaders and our economy and what kind of leaders that we need in this country. And just as we have said, also have your lenses on. Have your lenses on. 2023 is a critical year because I know that any leader that will emerge in 2023, oh God, the kind of responsibility you have, especially for the economy. Like they say in local parlance, no be moi moi. Let me leave it at that. Be the best you can be and be that change you want to see. I'll see you all on Monday, God willing. I am Nancy Naji. Let's continue the conversation online.